ladies, and thank you so much for having me. Today I'm deeply honored to be among a group of inspiring women who are ready to take control of their life and take their careers to the next level. Before I get started, let me ask a question. How many of us are single? Wow. How many of us are married? How many of us are married and wish we were single? Right? How many of us have children or grandchildren that we provide primary care for? How many of us have a job, are employed? Big question next. How many of us are doing the work that we love? I just wanted to ask those questions to get a feel for the audience. You see, today, ladies, we are unique in society. We are called upon to handle multiple responsibilities, multiple roles, and we're supposed to look good doing it, not complain about doing it, and just do it, as Mike says. Do words like caregiver, nurturer, provider, lover, peacekeeper sound familiar to you? I raise my hand. What about boss, employee, BFF, counselor, daughter, sister, girlfriend, wife? Let me tell you a little bit about me. I was raised, like some of us, primarily, one of my early years, by my grandparents in a town called Flint, Michigan, or Buick City, like we used to call it. I always knew that I would be a business owner. That was my dream. But how could you do that in Flint, Michigan? Everybody who's anybody there worked for General Motors. That was the family way. But that was not my dream. I remember that commercial, and maybe some of you remember it as well. It was, she said she could fry it in the kitchen and stir it up in the pan and still come home and have time for romance. That was me. I said, hey, that's me. That's what I'm going to do. I'm an only child, so I wanted children. I wanted 4 children, 2 girls, 2 boys, perfectly. I wanted a husband, and I wanted the white house with the white picket fence. And I wanted a dog, a couple of goldfish, and a cat. I wanted the American dream. But how would I get there? Now, the road to living the life you dream about, it was not easy for me, and probably is not easy for any of you, but it is possible. What happened to me on that road is after high school, I went on to college. I dropped out of college, and I had kids and got married. How many of us women have dropped out or quit school because of our men? Or for having a baby? Dream gone awry. You feel like, oh, what's going to happen to me now? How am I going to make it? It's possible. Because you guys know sort of the end of the story. You know, I did graduate, not only from undergraduate school, but I went back to school and I graduated from the University of Chicago. I was determined and I was intentional. So I got the husband and I got the kids, but like many of us in the room, I got divorced. Dream gone awry again? Do we give up? Or do we keep moving? Ladies, we keep moving. that movement for me took me across country. From my small town in Flint, Michigan, I moved all the way to sunny Arizona, the Valley of the Sun. And every day while I was there, I thought God was blessing me because the sun would shine every day. And I was a girl from Michigan, didn't see the sun every day. Like many of you, you get familiar with snow and comfort with wearing heavy coats and clothes. So what happened while I was there? I went back to school and completed my undergraduate degree with the honors. But that wasn't enough for me because I always envisioned running my company from a big city. And that city was Chicago, and that's why I'm here today. Because after I graduated from undergraduate, I applied at the University of Chicago and was accepted in business school. And from then on, Princess Clark Consulting was born. Worry-free living. Despite, during that time, birthing premature twins born at 27 and a half weeks, one weighing 2 pounds 1 ounce, the other weighing 1 pound 13 ounces, hospitalized for more than 3 months. I had to miss work to go back and forth to the hospital, 2 different hospitals, to take care of them, towing my other 2 children away. But it's possible, ladies. It is possible for us to live our dreams. I shared with you that story because it's so important when we're talking about cash management to understand that even though you may be broke or living paycheck to paycheck, or there is more month than money, that you can follow your goals, follow your dreams, and get to where you want to be. So the first step in cash management, I don't call it budget. A lot of people talk about budgeting money, but that has a negative connotation with it. We talk about cash management. We're going to manage our cash. What is the first thing that we do when we manage our cash? We look at our bills, our expenses. Not only our mortgage, rent, car note, or lights and gas. We look at those latte habits. How much is that costing us? And we write those down. We look at what we spend on our children's lunch or for those birthday parties. We write those down. And in your books, you'll see a guide of all the expenses and then a line for other. If there's other things that I've missed out, fill those in. And then the next thing you do is you tally those up. That's how much money you need to live worry-free. I mean, include everything. All the bills right now that you are worried about. Maybe I don't have enough money to go to, or even I call your shoe kitty. Put that in there if you like to buy shoes once a month or every other week. Getting your hair done, that's an expense. All of those bills, ladies, get those tallied up in your forms. The next thing is to look at our income. Sometimes that's easy because some of us has one income. Others may have several. And your income could include payments to you, like child support, spousal support, money you get for picking up somebody else's kids, money you get from your side hustles. That's your income. So that's what you have. That's your pocket of money that you know you have. And you add that up. The next thing I want you to do is to sit and dream a little. What if money was no issue? Now, before I came here, many of you filled out forms, and the majority of you don't have a savings plan, but you have a goal or dream plan you wrote. There are some things that you want to achieve. Write those down. Never give up on what you want. What the it is in your life that you really want. And then ferociously go after them. If it's going back to school, find out how much that is. Will you qualify for student loans or grants? If you want to buy a house, how much money do you want to spend on that house? How much can you afford? And when we meet one-on-one, we'll delve deeper into that. But we're doing the basics right now. We're trying to get to understand this is what I'm responsible for. These are my expenses this month. And this is the pot that I have to bring in. And this, the big picture, what I call, is my goals. That's my intention. That's what I will do. That's what I'm focused on, no matter what happens. No matter if my man leaves, my mother gets sick and she moves in. No matter what happens, I'm going to reach my goals. I'm going to live a life of no regrets. Now, I come here, I'm going to share with you one step to start saving. 98% of you here said you're not saving anything other than your retirement with your employer. So I'm going to teach you a simple strategy. It's called the hour of power. Now, most of us work for an hourly rate. If we don't, we have a salary, and we usually work 40 hours per week. So take, for instance, someone who's earning $10 an hour. They work 40 hours a week. They get $400 a week. That first $10, your hourly rate, that's your hour power. From this day forward, I want you to make an intention to save that $10. That's for you. That money is left for saving and investing. So at the end of the week, your $10 every day times 5, that's $50 every week. At the end of the month, $200. $200 that you've saved and you didn't know where. How many of us is going to miss that first hour of work? That first $10 right there? Not many. If you work overtime, that's for you as well. Feel free to do what you want to. The first step is a simple and easy strategy to get you saving. Take that $200, save and invest it at your local bank, and watch it grow. And as you get new earnings, promotions, because you will, add to that. At the end of the year, you've saved $2,400. Will that help you reach some of your goals? Will that be a down payment on a new car? Will that help you if you need to move or get out of a bad relationship? Will that $2,400 help? Or that $200? Once you begin a saving strategy, practice it. Watch your money grow. Look at your goals. Keep a clear focus on your goals, because that's going to help you save. Sometimes we don't think about our goals. We put them away because we believe it's impossible. But I tell you what, when I was a single mother with 4 kids, I thought I couldn't do anything. How could I do anything with my kids? How would they turn out? But the focus was on my goals and not living a life of regrets. Do you need money? Do you need savings to pursue your goals? Of course you do. You need savings just because life happens. Eventually your car's going to break down. Eventually you're going to have a leaky roof. Eventually, your kid is going to want to take a trip somewhere. Eventually, you may have to help out your mom or dad. But if you have no savings, How do you do that? Thank you so much for having me today.